What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals. We're the podcast where we talk about comic books and movies and everything in between. My name is Darren, also known as DJ Shadow, and as always, I forced my siblings to join me here today. And we have Derek.
What's up?
And my sister.
Dawn.
Was that Dawn?
Yes.
Okay. So, today we're going to be talking about the Oscars. That was on last night, and some interesting things to talk about there. I got some information. Not all the awards that were won, but a few of them. So we'll take care of that. But at first, we always start with the news. Not a lot this week, but let's talk a little bit about Godzilla. So we know this year that there's a sequel to the Godzilla movies coming out, right?
Yeah.
I did not know that, but okay.
It was on our most anticipated movie list.
Yes, it
You
was.
listed 50 movies.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we've talked about Godzilla before.
Yeah, we did, because we also talked about how Godzilla and King Kong is in the same universe.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that...
Excuse me for not remembering.
Yeah, so horrible. Anyway, speaking of Godzilla King Kong, the Godzilla vs. King Kong movie has been moved up to March of 2020.
Oh, wow. So right after the Godzilla movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's sooner than I thought it was coming, and so apparently they probably think it's doing
Going to be good?
Yeah.
Has the previous King Kong movies been making money?
I think it did okay. It wasn't like, it didn't bomb or anything.
I only seen the first one. I haven't seen, what is it, the Kong Island? Is that the second one?
No, it's not connected to any other one, so technically that's the first one, Kong Skull Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was the second one to the first one.
No.
Right. I thought so, too.
No, it's a reboot.
Oh,
Why?
okay.
Because the one before that was what, with Jack Black?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't good.
It was exactly like the old King Kong. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know why I watched this, because it was just like the old movie and it was boring.
Yeah, it was, yeah, that wasn't good. So Kong Skull Island was a reboot, and it was so that they have these universes together. Like, they didn't come up with the idea after the fact. They were going to do it, and then they came up with Kong Skull Island.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had the two first movies. You had Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, then we have Godzilla 2 coming out this summer, I think. And so next March is Godzilla versus King Kong.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It could be decent.
Honestly, I am not interested in either one.
Right?
Well, we're going to watch the Godzilla movie, so...
I figured.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really need to start getting a black card or something, or somebody get us some movie tickets free.
I mean, for real, man. Like, I need to hit a Regina King or,
What?
somebody.
Giving away free movie tickets?
I don't know. She won an Oscar. Maybe she can get me into some movies now. I don't
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she'd be feeling overly generous. Help us out.
Nobody's getting you anything.
Hey, I'm trying.
Mm-hmm. All right, then Captain Marvel. The advanced ticket sales, have been happening because it's like 2 weeks away now. 2 weeks Thursday, I think, or is it next Thursday? It's next Thursday.
Next week.
Yeah, next week.
Really?
Yeah.
How am I unprepared for this?
Yeah, it's next week. Yeah, because the 1st is Friday, so yeah, March 8th. Next week.
Why was I thinking the 23rd?
Well,
I don't know.
The 8th, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when do we need to get tickets for this?
Thursday. We're not buying them early.
I'll buy anything early, please.
Agreed.
We buy them Thursday morning.
Sounds about right.
I mean, we'll get in. It's fine. And then our theater over here has assigned seating, so it'll be fine. You just buy early, pick your seat, and you're good. But anyway, that wasn't the news. So the advanced ticket sales are happening, and so far it's ahead of Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Deadpool.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm glad because they said a lot of people's been going on Rotten Tomatoes and giving fake negative reviews.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hate people that do that.
There's been a campaign because people got beef with Brie Larson because she said, I didn't see her whole quote, but she said something like she wanted the press tour to be more inclusive, and people are taking it as if she's being sexist towards men or racist or something. And I'm like, she probably just means she wants it to reach out to more women or something. I don't know. But I don't see a reason to boycott the movie or give it negative reviews. She didn't do anything, in my opinion.
Well, you gotta remember, people hate women and they hate minorities. So this is the same thing they were doing with Black Panther.
Yeah. And then what gets me is they on this extreme about what she's saying with that. But then you have people complaining about the Oscars, where it was saying there wasn't enough women nominees for certain selections. So I'm just like, what is it going to be? Is either one way or the other. So I don't know. People just complain to complain. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, I think, the internet blows everything up. I think this is a small vocal minority. It's not going to have an effect on this movie at all, just like it didn't with Black Panther. And people are going to go see it because people have been excited to see Captain Marvel. I know I was. Like, you know, this is different. We got a new hero in the Marvel Universe, and I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, agreed.
They can hate all they want. They can blow things out of proportion. In my opinion, Brie Larson, like, people have said much worse things than I want our press tour to be inclusive, more inclusive. I mean, she didn't say exclusive. So, yeah, these just some salty people. It's probably the same people complaining about her not wearing her skimpy comic book outfit.
Probably.
Yeah, so the reactions from the actual critics were mostly positive, like a vast majority positive. So we should expect to see some good ratings. I'm pretty sure later this week we'll probably get some rating reviews. Yeah.
Yeah, because the early premiere is usually a week before, right?
Probably, yeah. Although, I mean, they've seen the movie already. A lot of the critics, they just can't say anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
They can say if they liked it or not, but they can't do a review.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what you got to do to be a movie critic. Do what we doing right now.
Pretty much.
Basically.
There's a way for us to get tickets. I just I gotta figure it out, or get into premieres, even if it's not free. There's a way to do it, and the more you review movies, I think the more people trust your reviews. I guess.
I guess.
Or maybe you need a college degree in cinematography.
Right. Then they had mentioned us on Rotten Tomatoes to be like, 3D Rivals said.
Yeah, like that's
best movie in 2019.
Oh, we can have our own show like Eppert and Roper, man.
Mm-hmm. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
No, we need.
That's the goal. We
need our own thing. What do we do? Winky faces. I give this 2 winky faces. Out of 3.
Right. I give this movie the serious face emoji.
The movie you don't get, like, I I give this the thinking emoji.
There we go. We going places. 3D rivals.
Yeah. I like it. So yeah, that was it for Captain Marvel. Now Disney Plus, the streaming service. Yeah, it's pretty much come out. It's more than, of course, we said it before. It's more than just for them to acquire like X-Men and stuff like that. Disney has come out and said it's giving them more leeway, even if it's not rated R movies, because they said they've turned down movies that they might have liked to use, but like if it's under Disney's banner, it can't, like, there can't be smoking in the movie, stuff like that. So even if it's not a rated R movie, if you got a character that's smoking in it, then that's a no from Disney.
Right.
So acquiring Fox is going to give them more leeway with the movies they can put. Like they said, like Bohemian Rhapsody is a movie that Disney would have liked to put out.
Mm-hmm.
So the Disney Fox merger and the Disney Plus streaming service, all the ideas they're coming out with is so they can expand, which kind of makes sense.
Okay. Right. And they'll be like that crappy DC universe.
I mean, I hear some of the shows on there is good. My only issue with the DC streaming service is it's just DC.
Yeah.
Like,
there's nothing else.
Yeah, I don't want to pay a monthly subscription just to watch DC stuff. Because the Disney streaming service is not just, I'm not just getting that to watch Marvel. I get Marvel, I get Disney, I get the Fox properties, Pixar, Star Wars,
ABC.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that gives me, it makes it like, it's kind of like Netflix. Now, of course, it doesn't get access to everything that Netflix gets, but since I have a variety, to me, it's worth more than the DC streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Warner Brothers should come out with a Warner Brothers streaming service instead of DC, and then maybe that would be something that's attractive.
Yeah. Well, there's probably going to be more and more stuff coming out like that since how popular Netflix is, and in mind with the Oscars, Netflix movies and shows have won some awards, so.
Yeah, Netflix did pretty good on the Oscars. That was a little surprising. And a lot of Netflix stuff up there.
Yep.
The original content is pretty good.
True.
Yeah.
Was there something nominated besides Roma?
I think it's some of the other categories, yeah. It's funny. I know we're not talking about the Oscars yet, but I was sitting there, I'm like, wow, like the same movies are nominated for all of these categories.
The same.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
Like all of the Best Picture nominations pretty much was in all the other categories too.
Yeah. But you got to think though, if the movie is deemed to be a good movie, what makes it a good movie? It would be the picture. It would be the actors.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I mean, yeah, but if you hit all those right points, then you're likely to make a good overall movie.
Yeah. And so then that's why the same movies will be have multiple nominations for the different categories.
Yeah. There was a few others sprinkled in. Infinity War got nominated.
It did. Yeah. I was surprised.
I was like, wow, look at that. That's pretty good. But more on that later. Let's talk about Hugh Jackman.
Oh, what's going on with him?
Well, he and Patrick Stewart are now in the Guinness Book of World Records for 16 years as a single character.
That's not a record. Come on.
As a single character, that could be.
Like, who was keeping track of that?
I don't know. But 16 years.
Somebody keeps track of it. Just like in sports, if they can say, hey, this is the most points scored by the person that first name starts with Z, someone was keeping track of it.
No, sports, okay, sports records be ridiculous, man. Okay, a play happens. They'd be like, "This is the first time someone's laid up over a 5'7" person in the fourth quarter with 15 seconds left in the last 60 years." And it's like, where did you come up with that?
That's true. What gets me with sports too, if they said it wrong, it gets corrected during the game. It's just like, nope, we got correction on that.
Like, they gotta have archives on everything.
Got to.
We need.
Hey, they got the Google that don't nobody have.
Yeah,
like
man.
that ain't the personal household Google.
They just be like, "Okay, Google, when's the last time someone laid over a 5'7" person with their left hand in the fourth quarter?"
Right.
Like, sheesh, man.
The last time it was done was 1952.
Oh, did y'all see that Google commercial yesterday?
You said it was a Google commercial.
Yeah, it was funny. It was like the old movies, but if they had Google Home. So it was like 2001: A Space Odyssey, and he's like, Hal opened the bay doors. You know, Hal's the AI that went bad in that movie. And so he wouldn't open the doors, and then he was like, "Okay, Google, open the bay doors." So, and they did a bunch of other old movies too. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, so Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, I think that's pretty good. You know what? They're pretty iconic in those roles. Like,
yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Like, you're not going to see anybody else, you know, in those roles. Like, everybody's going to look at how they played those characters in those roles.
Yeah. I mean, even Patrick Stewart, before he was even, like, selected for the role, like, we were all saying, like, Professor X, Patrick Stewart, get Patrick Stewart. So when he was selected for the role, that was just perfect. Man, that came out, what, 2002? X-Men?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe so.
2000.
Or 2000. I'll let y'all know in a few seconds.
Yeah, because it was X-Men and Spider-Man. Those are the two movies that kicked off our recent superhero boom.
Yep. It was 2000.
Yeah, so Spider-Man was 2002. Yeah, man, that was, man.
It's amazing how long ago that was.
Yeah.
I know.
Jeez.
Man, making me feel old, dude. I'm like, I was still in school when that came out.
Like, I remember it's like, because we had to wait for mom and dad to get home to take us.
Well, yeah.
Well, not you. You went by yourself, but me and Darren did.
I did go with my friends, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So, man, I remember, so D, you had a PlayStation magazine, right? And I remember reading in it, and they were going over why we hadn't had an X-Men movie yet. And then we finally got one.
Wow. And Darren, you were spot on with Spider-Man. It just shows how much of a Spider-Man fan you are. It was 2002.
Thanks. It's my favorite superhero, and I want to see more Spider-Man.
We know.
You know what? I'll just look, we'll talk about Spider-Man. Also, some good news, guys.
Okay.
Wolverine The Lone Knight, the sequel to that, will be releasing next month.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, all right. Yeah.
We will get it in around August, I think.
Oh, that's right. We need it on Stitcher.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll get a Stitcher account.
How much does Stitcher cost?
I don't know.
Our fans, man, we y'all gotta help us out. so we can stay on top, so we can continue giving you guys the news.
But yeah, because we can talk about the episodes that come out. So we'll figure something out. I'll probably, because we don't want to wait for it to come out on Google. That might be a little bit long.
Is there like a wait? Now is the episodes released once per week?
I think it's once a week.
Yeah.
You can't even do like a weekly free trial or anything.
What are you gonna do? Come up with a new email address each time? That's
Hey, look, I got like 4 email
if
addresses.
we all do it,
that's so shady. What?
3D Rivals do not support any illegal activities.
Y'all are ridiculous, man. All right. So y'all see this? Dawn and Derek is trying to steal some Stitcher stuff. You heard it here. I didn't. I disagreed. So when the police come and stuff, it wasn't me. All right. I'm gonna be like Shaggy up in here. It wasn't me.
We need to get some copyrights, man. Because I was like, dude, putting the song in at that point, man, just a snippet that would have brought it over to the top. That would have brought the joke in. It would have wheeled it in.
I can do it. It just requires more editing, which I'm too lazy to do. So
you heard it here, folks. How lazy our leader and director of this show.
Listen, okay. Most people don't have to do everything.
Hey, you like that Comedy Central spoof on Bradley Cooper?
Oh, okay.
You do everything.
All right, so now you gotta explain that joke. What happened with Comedy Central?
Oh, Comedy Central. About the new movie with him and Lady Gaga. So the spoof, yeah. So the spoof was, since he directed it, you know, he was the director and then also the leading actor, and then like he was the janitor. He was also like serving the food to everybody. And so like while he was directing, he got on the bullhorn. It was like, all right, everybody, make way for the leading cast, the leading actor. And then he puts the bullhorn down and walks on the other side of the camera and comes in like he's a totally new person. One of the other directors was like, I am never working with this guy. So yeah, Darren, that's your role. You're everything.
All right.
You're the director, the editor, the screenwriter.
All right, then. Well, let's get on to the last bit of news here then. Last bit of news, Netflix and Marvel. So there's some more stuff that came out about what's happening since the last few Marvel Netflix shows got canceled. Netflix, apparently, we were wrong, because we commented on this before, but Netflix did not have ownership of the Marvel characters. They licensed them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So does that mean Marvel can use them right away then?
No, you still have the contract agreement.
Okay.
But we were saying, Netflix owns the rights to them, and they don't. They just had
they gave them the
licenses. Okay
to write the script for the show.
Yeah,
and be able to use those characters. Yeah. Okay.
So Netflix said it was too costly to maintain as the viewers dropped for the shows. Iron
Fist was horrible from the beginning.
Yeah, I think there's a semi-truth to that. If it was just Luke Cage and Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, because I think season 2 dropped on that, then I would be like, okay, yeah. But the fact that Daredevil got canceled too, it's I think it's just a combination of things. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and for them to just randomly say like, "Oh, you're not going to do a Defenders again," and it's just like, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's like Disney's coming out with its own streaming service, so Netflix not going to get as much stuff from Marvel and Disney anymore. Plus, you know, Marvel can be difficult to work with, especially when you're trying to keep things within a universe. Which is why I think it's good that now Marvel Studios is going to be doing their TV shows, because then you don't have that issue.
Right.
So I think the difficulty with working with Marvel to come up with, you know, scripts and things like that to make sure it all is within the universe, the cost of the characters, plus the rival streaming service. I think that's what kind of caused all of this. Kind of just a combination of all these different things coming together.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, let's face it, Marvel is the reason on why Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is still staying. Because technically this was supposed to be his last season.
Yeah, well, ABC canceled it, and Disney stepped in and said not to.
Yeah. Yep. And with Cloak and Dagger, it comes on Freeform. Freeform is owned by ABC, so
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. It's
okay. Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry.
I think they changed it from ABC Family because, like,
It wasn't
Cloak and
family
Dagger
friendly
had-
anymore.
Yeah, it's not family because Cloak and Dagger had drug use in it. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it did.
So yeah.
I think they had other teenage shows that had that in it too, but
On
okay.
ABC Family.
Do you see them straight to TV movies?
No, I don't.
Hey, ABC Family is like Lifetime, but with teenagers.
That's ridiculous. That's what
It is.
okay. I don't watch Lifetime and I don't watch ABC Family, so well, Freeform besides Cloak and Dagger, and I watch that on Hulu.
Well, I don't either. But I mean, you do change through the channels.
Don't go down that far.
You don't go down that far.
I'm not in the realm of ABC. So yeah. But yeah, that's all the news I had. Oh, there were Guardians of the Galaxy. There was some news about that. So it has come out, and Kevin Feige has confirmed it that they are going to be using James Gunn's script for the movie, because he did finish the script before he got fired.
Okay.
So at least I think that's good, because it's going to keep. I know it's a different director, but you're still going to have like some of the tones following over from the other two movies. So it won't be a jarring change in the movie.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Dawn doesn't care. It's fine.
She like, are they coming out with a movie?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It was always still in the books. It just doesn't have a release date yet, because they gotta get all that stuff.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So, but I think they need to finish it quickly, otherwise it's going to be out of sync. Since you're coming out with all these other movies. Well, I guess it doesn't matter with Guardians of the Galaxy, since they're out of space.
Yeah. Well, you know, Marvel will step in and spearhead things to get it moving along. So.
Yeah, I'm sure they're working on something. But
yeah, or Marvel would push it back or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
They have been pretty flexible.
Yeah.
With certain things.
Well,
even with their failures, like with Inhumans.
Oh God, that doesn't exist. It has not been acknowledged.
You're right.
Not even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has Inhumans in it.
Yeah. That's the only connection.
So, yeah, that's about it for the news.
Okay.
So let's talk the Oscars. Woo! That's you gotta do your woo for Oscars, right?
How the Oscar music go? I don't know.
I don't know. I know.
Their music?
One thing, did you guys notice that they gave some people more time than others?
Yeah, I think the non-important awards, they were cutting people off.
Yeah, like like some people win it. Like Regina King. Okay, she was the first award, and she won, and she had a wow. And then like,
she won Best Supporting Actress.
yeah. Which was probably well deserved. I didn't see her movie, but the clips looked good.
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. If you win an award for, best person to tie their shoe, like they like, dude, we don't care about you thanking your mother and father and God and all this. It's just like, all right, just get your award.
Who was that? It was like a whole bunch of people, and they won, and they were like, that music went on quick.
Was it when Green Book won and everybody was on the stage?
No. That was the end. It was for something else. And like the lady had like a sheet of paper trying to read what she was doing, and
they start playing the music. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, the camera starts fading backwards.
Like we going to commercial with or without you.
Yeah, then they turn the lights off and stuff. That happened to a few people. And I'm like, oh, the music's on, stop talking. And it was like, some people, man, I felt like they had 30 seconds, and that was it. And then,
hey, that's how you can get people to leave your house. They don't want to leave, just start turning the lights out. They get the hint.
Oh, man, they might just go to bed. Like, oh, man, I'm going to sleep over.
Sleepover, huh? Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Uh-huh.
All right. I thought I had a good idea going on.
Yeah. So, some funny moments on the Oscars before I get to the awards. Well, first, let's talk dresses, guys. Did you see those dresses out there?
Not being a fashion expert, they were very ugly to me.
I think, was it Jennifer? I'm actually talking dresses. That was a joke at first, but now I'm actually talking. I think it was Jennifer Lopez or something, and she had like this disco ball dress, like it was all glass and stuff. And Taylor's all like, "Oh, that looks great." I'm like, "That is ugly. That's an ugly dress."
Hey, that was Tom Ford.
I don't care, man.
I don't care if it was Henry Ford. Like,
Word comparison.
I was comparing the last name.
No, I got you.
But yeah, I like the Regina King's dress. It was nice, white, simple.
Was it white?
Yeah, I thought hers was very nice.
I don't remember what it was.
But it kind of reminded me of a wedding dress, though.
Nah, yeah.
Just because it was white, though.
Yeah.
Really?
And then I don't know what my boy Chadwick had on. My dude had like the half Black Panther, half Batman cape. I was like, what is this?
My wife liked it the way Jasmine Bolton looked.
Well, we know how Darren leaving the house.
An attack on the suit.
Yeah, dude, that was not cool. Not cool. But that's all I remember. I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, I find that stuff very boring. But the necklace though, the Lady Gaga had on.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, when she got on the screen, I like turned away.
Dude, so I looked it up. Let me see if I can find it again. But dude, I think they said it was like 38 karat or something.
It was a huge jewel, but my dude, you looked it up?
It popped up.
It popped up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It didn't pop up on mine.
Yeah.
Here y'all
got
go.
nothing Oscars on my stuff. But I mean, it's cool. Like, all I remember is my wife going, "Oh, wow, that is huge. Look at that on her neck." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, that's big." And then that was it. I ain't looking up. This dude over here like, wow, that's some nice jewelry. Let's look it on up here.
Right, like he's gonna buy it.
No.
Are you getting some money from 3D rivals I don't know about?
It is 128.54 carat Tiffany diamond.
He probably rented it or something.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I wouldn't own anything like that. Are you crazy?
Right. Because guess what they're going after the Oscars? We Googling Lady Gaga's address.
Okay.
Me and my boys, we rolling up.
Yeah, you let me know how that works. She'd probably beat y'all up.
$30 million is what it's worth.
That's a waste of money. All right, so some funny moments in the Oscars. Melissa McCarthy and
That rabbit dress?
yeah, with her costume design presentation. I thought it was kind of funny. So she came on with like she was wearing like all the stuff that related to all of the best movie nominations.
Oh, okay.
Cats or something.
What'd you say?
I thought it was just like cats and rabbits that was like attached to her dress.
Yeah, but then she had like it was like an African thing on front, and then she had the hat from what was the Favorites. And
Did you look this up or you noticed this?
I noticed it. I was just talking about Derek about looking up stuff. Why would I?
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't look it up.
Just single me out.
Yeah, because you're the weirdo looking up the stuff.
When you see a necklace that big, you Google it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yep, that's exactly what you do. And
That's how you get a career like Italian Job.
What? That made no sense.
Because they rob stuff? Okay.
Yeah, but okay. You could have said Ocean's 11 or something. I don't know.
Ah, that is a good reference.
Ocean's 8. They literally stole a necklace. That's the whole premise of Ocean's 8. It was perfect.
Spoiler if anyone didn't see that.
Really?
They
That
stole
part
a
is
necklace.
given.
That was in the trailer. They said they were that's what they said they were doing. They just way nothing about the movie.
I didn't see the movie.
It's an Ocean's movie, okay? So was it a spoiler that they actually stole it? Like, oh, I didn't know if they actually got away with it. One of the movie is how.
All right.
You're fired, Derek.
Wow. Okay.
All right. The second and only other funny thing I thought was in the Oscars. The rest of it was boring. Keegan-Michael Key, his Mary Poppins entrance.
Oh yeah, I do think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for his presentation.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh. Well, he came down with an umbrella from the rafters.
Like Mary Poppins.
He's Mary Poppins, y'all.
He should have. Right. I was about to say he should have did the Yondu.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, only you guys thought that it was funny.
Dude, that is hilarious.
It's funny. You're the only one that doesn't like Guardians of the Galaxy. Go somewhere.
True.
Everybody loves those movies, and of course, Dawn is all like, "Oh no, it wasn't that great."
It wasn't.
But
It was
what
a good
movie did
movie.
she say she liked? It was weird. I forget where it was.
Oh.
None of them.
Lego Batman.
Was it Iron Man 3 or
No, she
2?
hated it.
First of all, you know I don't like Iron Man 3.
Oh right, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, no, it was Lego Batman. She went twice to see Lego Batman.
I did
No,
not
it was
say.
5 times.
Oh, 5 times. Which is a good movie, but you know, it's Lego. I'm gonna go to the theater
First of all,
once.
I never said I went to the movies 5 times.
Oh, it was 10.
Hilarious.
But Guardians of the Galaxy ain't good. All right, I mean,
Right.
It's not.
whatever.
It is.
Whatever. Anyway, y'all dude was funny. And
Yeah.
when he died,
Okay.
it was sad.
What are you doing? It's a dance off, man.
Oh.
Someday.
She tell him about the dance off to save the universe? Dance off. You mean like Footloose? Yes, it's still the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah.
And it was.
Oh man,
Perfect.
great movie.
Yeah. All right. So, we talked about supporting actress. Regina King won that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, best costume design. Black Panther won the Oscar for best costume design. I thought
that was well deserved.
yeah, that was
Yes.
well deserved. It had some pretty good competition. You know, period pieces with The Favorite. That's always a big thing, and looked like they did that pretty well. But I think Black Panther won because it was different. It's, you know, Afrofuturism isn't a thing that actually exists. So
Mm-hmm.
putting it into the movie and making it look good, it's pretty
Yeah, I agree, and I feel like period pieces has been done before, so it's kind of like, you know, the Victorian look. How is that any different before?
cool. Right.
But like the Black Panther is something they had to come up with.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Next up, the next award that I took note of was, production design, and Black Panther won that one too. So,
Also,
yeah.
was
Yeah.
good. Wakanda looked amazing.
Yeah.
yeah,
For something that's made up. Like you had to make it up. Like, dude, you didn't have nothing to go off of.
yeah, definitely good sets. Even when they went to Korea, all of that,
Mhm.
pretty good. All the sets and stuff was good. It was well put together. That's a well-deserved Oscar there. And I was kind of glad it got these Oscars because, skipping to the end a little bit, it didn't win Best Movie. And I kind of agree. I don't think it should have won Best Movie of the Year because there are definitely other movies out there. Now, the
Yeah.
movie that won was Green Book. I didn't see it. And apparently there's some divide on whether or not that should win. It looked like a decent movie from the outside, so I figured, okay, it was good. But I'm hearing that might not have been as great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of complaints about that it wasn't that great. It was basically Driving Miss Daisy. And like reading the synopsis, I'm like, this is Driving Miss Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people didn't think it should.
Spike Lee was definitely upset about it.
Oh, did he really try to leave?
Yeah.
Like
They
he
said,
stormed out like a child.
yeah.
But he won a bunch
Because-
of awards, though.
Because they said that last time one of his movies was up
He
and it was
lost
do
to
the right
Driving Miss
thing,
Daisy.
he lost to Driving Miss Daisy.
Also, he lost to Driving Miss Daisy twice.
Yeah, but that's what he said. That's what he said in his speech on the Oscar he won.
Oh, wow.
Yep. He said basically I lost to the same movie twice.
Wow. Well, people like Driving Miss Daisy. I mean, I haven't seen it. Like, it looked like a movie I might want to check out. Honestly, I kind of
I
want to
don't
see
know,
Black Panther
because when
too.
Now that one I did want to see. Let's see if it comes on TV.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. But I feel like, even though I haven't seen these movies, I feel like either of those movies would deserve Best Movie more, but apparently, I guess not Green Book, even though it won. But I think Black Klansman, if we're nominating the movies for the meaning they have, I feel like that has a bigger meaning than Black Panther does.
See, that's my problem. Like,
Yeah.
are we nominating movies because they're the best movie or because it means something?
I'm thinking more so this year, the meaning behind movies, because I was going to say last year, outside of the superhero movies that have came out, was there any movie that came out that just stood out and just was like, man, that was a great movie? I couldn't think of any.
I don't know.
I
A
don't
Quiet
know.
Place?
Oh
Was
yeah,
that last year?
but movies like that don't win awards.
It got nominated.
Not for Best Picture, did it?
No. I
No.
think it was like sound.
It gets
design or
nominated for
something.
other things.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it's the Academy Awards, and we know that's a panel of people, because a lot of times it's some obscure movies that win, and that's why, I think that's why they were trying to come up with the most popular movie award section to appeal to the movies that everybody goes to see. However, the reason why I think they shouldn't do it, and the good thing they didn't, and the reason why people got upset, is because when you put an award like, oh, it's the most popular movie, it kind of downplays the value of that movie. Like, oh, it really wasn't good, but everybody liked it. You know, that's
Right.
what it sounds like you're saying. So they definitely shouldn't do that award. But I think that's why they tried to come up with it, though.
Okay. That makes sense.
And honestly, if they had that award, Black Panther wouldn't have won that either, because Infinity War was the most popular movie of the year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's that. Bohemian Rhapsody, they racked up some Oscars too. I think I counted 3. I didn't write which ones it won. I think it had to be-
It had best film editing, best sound editing, best sound mixing, and then of course the leading guy won best actor.
So it got best sound editing. I think that's surprising, because I think it went up against A Quiet Place with that. And to me, for a movie that's mostly silent, like, the sound editing has got to be.
I agree. Because when I saw that, I was like, A Quiet Place. Because how you shoot a movie that's completely silent?
Right.
And because then all the feeling is going to be displayed in the sound.
Right.
And then you had that space movie, First Man. It went up against that too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, although, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought the First Man, the critics didn't really like it that much.
I'm going to say they didn't.
So I was surprised it got nominated so much.
Yeah. It did win best visual effects, but wouldn't a movie that take place out in the space be best visual effects?
Maybe. But all right. I mean, for sound design, I think Green Book is kind of weird. A weird movie. It doesn't sound like a movie that, like you said, it's Driving Miss Daisy. Like, how hard is the sound design for that movie?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta make a car door sound. You know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not difficult at all. So I don't think it should have won that one. I definitely probably think A Quiet Place should have won it. But hey, or the space movie, I don't know.
Yeah. How you make space noise.
You got like the rocket blast on off and stuff like that.
But it did win. The Green Book won the Best Supporting Actor, which, again, without seeing it, I have to say I do like what is it, Mahershala Ali.
Ali,
I
yeah.
do like him as an actor.
So I felt like, not seeing the movie, he deserved to win that, but maybe that movie didn't deserve to be the best picture.
All right, hang on, Dawn. I think you need to be closer to your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep. We got you.
Okay, so I was saying like I felt like he deserved to win Best Supporting Actor, but that maybe the movie didn't deserve to be the Best Picture.
Yeah,
I could agree with you on that.
yeah. The next award we had was visual effects. Now we mentioned it, the First Man, the movie we were talking about with space, that won the visual effects.
Mm-hmm.
Which, fair enough. I mean, I expect a movie like that to win.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But Infinity War was nominated for that award, which I think was his only nomination. But that's excellent. You know, a nomination even for a superhero movie, I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they said that it was a big win for Marvel of them getting so many nominations for their movies.
Yeah, because Black Panther was in like almost every category. It was up there.
I think it got nominated 7 times.
Mm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So they said it's opened the door for superhero movies.
Which I think it should. I think like the Academy was dismissing superhero movies just because they were superhero movies. And it's like some of these movies are actual good cinematic art pieces. Like it's not just a silly, action movie, Like some of them deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like why an actor can't win for being Superman or Batman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even Infinity War, think of the story told there. Like,
yeah,
it's a deep story. And at the end of the movie, like, for people to say, like, oh, it's just a silly superhero movie. But, like, at the end of that movie, people had the feels, for real. Like, it affected you emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's what makes good cinematic pieces. If the movie can move you in a way, one way or the other, then it did its job. I guess that's not what they're looking for. We're looking for Roma.
Yeah.
Which won Best Director, which I'm like, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to be mean towards foreign movies, because, I mean, it could be a good foreign movie, but from what I've seen, from what they were showing, I'm like, what is this movie about, and why would I
don't know, like a girl walking down the street?
Yeah, it was just people having conversations. I don't know, like, it's like, what, and they're talking about, it's like growing up in the different neighborhoods or whatever. I don't know. It did not seem interesting at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I had to look to see what it was.
It's on Netflix. I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it on Netflix. I haven't watched it.
Well, maybe we should watch Roman. We should watch all the Oscar movies.
No.
Well, it's on Netflix. It's free.
Yeah.
My life like that.
Yeah, I think I can find other things to do with my time.
Oh, okay. All right. The best original screenplay. Green Book won that one too.
Is it really original though, since it's been done before?
That's what people were complaining about too.
Now, granted, it is based off of some guy's life that I never heard of, but it's based off a true story.
That makes it original because there was no written or visual work that preceded it. Even though it's similar to Driving Miss Daisy, the story, it being about an actual person, means it's not referencing Driving Miss Daisy at all. This guy just had a similar life to that.
It's Driving Miss Daisy.
Yep. I'm with the critics on this one.
And then the other side of that, the best adapted screenplay, Black Klansman won that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Black Panther was nominated for that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is fair enough with that one. Black Klansman, I think they should have won more. They won a few, but I think it should have won more. Probably.
Yeah, which is why I think Spike Lee was so mad.
Yeah.
Because from what I heard about that movie, like, it's really good. And then just the premise of the movie alone, That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a black cop, and his partner infiltrating the KKK. And I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like it did way better to me. Of course, we're from the outside, not seeing either of these movies. But if I were to say which one I want to see, I would say I want to see Black Klansman before Green Book.
That would be my choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Green Book's like that movie I get because I'm like, oh well, you know, my wife wants to watch something, and I don't want to just watch movies I want to watch. So let's get Green Book. I think I will be okay watching this, and she would enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those movies.
Agreed.
You know, so yeah, all right. But the best original score, Black Panther won that.
I thought that was a good choice.
Yeah, that was good music. What I thought was cool on that one was that Ryan Coogler and the composer went to school together. So I feel like he only got the chance to compose for this movie because of he knew Ryan Coogler probably, and now he has an Oscar.
Okay.
So that's what's up.
You know, if you got talent, sometimes it's just about knowing the right person.
Yeah, because now, you know, he might get all these other people asking him to compose. I don't know if he did any other movies. I'll have to see. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has, but maybe not something that's big. But that's cool because now he has an Oscar, so I'm sure he's happy. Original songs. I think Black Panther was nominated for All the Stars.
Okay.
But A Star
Oh.
Is
It's okay.
Born. Yeah, A Star
Star is Born won that.
won that. Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a movie about music. If you don't make a song good enough to... you're doing something
Right.
wrong.
Yeah.
So, I feel it. They had that one movie was nominated, that Western, I forget.
Oh yeah, didn't they sing that song?
Yeah,
Like, has someone performed that?
they performed that song.
That
I
was
like,
the
this song
most.
is
Oh,
horrible.
I was like, who nominated this? Like, it was the worst thing I've ever heard.
Just so horrible. Oh my gosh. I forget. Ah, man. What was it? The Life of Somebody? I forget.
I don't.
movie
It was.
called. But that song, oh, God, no. It did not deserve a nomination. That movie didn't win anything either. Did it deserve to be up there at all?
It didn't win anything. It didn't win nothing.
It shouldn't have.
No. Gosh, it was horrible. All right, now we're into the leading actors and actresses. So, leading actor, again, Bohemian Rhapsody, run that. I mean, you're playing Queen. If everybody liked the movie and you portray Queen in the right way, hey, fair enough.
And because people really like Queen.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Well, I mean, how many Queen songs do we know? I mean, even like if you don't think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I know that song. And
I mean,
That's
I know
true.
their songs. I don't listen to them.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not like I'm rolling down the street and going, "We will rock you."
but you would bust out in that song somewhere. Like if we were doing something, and somebody started singing it, everybody around it, I was like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Mud on your face. Yep. Yeah, they would.
We are the champions.
Yeah, and everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Other word.
it's iconic. Is the word.
Good word.
Yeah. The leading actress was Olivia Colman from The Favourite. I guess. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about the movie.
A lot of people were saying they thought Glenn Close should have won.
What was
I
Glenn
heard
Close in,
that.
though?
But yeah, what was she
She's
in?
in.
Oh, Vice? Was she in Vice?
Yes. No.
No. No.
Crap. I can't remember now. Look it up.
I'm about to look it up.
Yeah, why y'all looking that up?
Excuse me.
Talking about Vice, though, I kind of want to see that movie now, too.
Now, was that another one? Or was Vice good and they didn't like RBG? Or was the other way around?
I don't remember. I heard Vice was good, but I mean, you got Christian Bale in there again. Another transformation. Like, how does this dude play? Goodness, now I can't. I can never think of people's names when I want to talk about them. Dick Cheney. Thank you. How does he play Dick Cheney? Like,
Right. Yeah.
And from what I saw of that movie, I'm like, oh, that movie looks amazing. I want to watch it.
Yeah, no, it did look good. Okay. She got.
Were you saying something, Don?
I was trying to find what Glenn Close got nominated for, but it's like not.
Yeah, 3 movies she was in: The Wife, Crooked House. I don't think it was that. And Father
Must be The
Figures.
Wife. Must be The
Wife.
Wife?
Yeah. Let me see.
I mean, they played the scene from the movie she was in,
Like, that's helpful.
but I mean, it's Glenn Close, so we know she can act.
Yeah, because I think like she hasn't.
Yeah, it had to
done
be The
anything
Wife.
yet.
It had to have been The Wife movie because it says it follows an old lady who questions her life choices as she travels to Stockholm with her husband, who is set to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature.
That sounds less than interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too interesting.
Yeah. But that's the type of movies that get nominated. So, yeah. So it must have been her acting in that movie.
Well, here's an interesting one. The best animated film was Into the Spider-Verse. Sony got an Oscar.
I was surprised. I would have went with Incredibles 2 for sure.
I don't know. I hear Into the Spider-Verse was like...
Yeah, I heard it was really good too. Yeah.
Better than Incredibles?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have some issues with Incredible too.
It did.
Yeah, I mean, not anything big. It's still Incredibles. But Into the Spider-Verse, there was a lot of hype over that after the movie came out. So I can see it. Even to the point, because with me, I didn't go see it because usually, I don't want to say I'm not interested in animated movies because I go see Incredibles and stuff, but like when it's like it was a Spider-Man movie and it's animated, I'm like, oh, okay. Or, I mean, just like when they say, oh, they're doing the Reign of Superman movie, DC's doing an animated version of that. I'm not hyped to go see it, you know? Like, it's like, okay. I don't know. I'm more interested in the live action movies, I guess. So I didn't go see it in the theater, but apparently it was very, very good. So I want to see it now.
Yeah, I do too. I felt the same way you did about the movie. I was like, okay. But I'm interested in seeing it now.
I could care less, so you could tell me about it.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was Enter the Batman verse.
Oh, not true.
Yes, it is true.
Very true.
But
Coming to see from the person that saw Lego Batman 20 times. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I like how this number just keeps going up and up.
It's going to continue. And then the best animated short, Bow, from Pixar.
You said it like I know what that is.
I know. If they could see my facial expression, I'm like, what?
Okay, all right, guys. It played before The Incredibles 2.
Oh, it was so long and I hated it when like she ended up eating the dumpling thing.
Yes, that.
Oh no, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I was like, wait, she ate it. It was a little weird, but I guess it was a metaphor
so weird.
It was a metaphor for kids growing up and stuff. So it won the best animated short, and that's a win for Pixar.
This car won awards before.
Yeah, well, they have, definitely. So, that's all I got on the Oscars.
I think you covered it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it was not interesting, so that's not surprising.
Well, is it ever?
No, I feel like there was a year that I enjoyed it or something. It wasn't this year though.
I'm usually not real big on the award shows, so
Definitely not.
yeah. Well, let's jump into our most wonderful, best segment that everyone enjoys. What you doing? So, Dawn, tell us what you doing.
So, since we talked about it last week, I read Archie versus the Predator.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It was so weird. It was a lot more violent than I thought it was going to be, 'cause since it's an Archie comic. And it starts off like your traditional Archie comic. They're all going on vacation. And Betty and Veronica's not getting along. And Cheryl Blossom comes and causes trouble for no reason. And then the Predator comes and start killing people. And I mean, like graphically, like Cheryl and her brother, like they're twins or something, right? They got like decapitated and skinned. And
her twin brothers?
Yeah, isn't her brother a twin? Or are they just brothers and sisters?
They might just be.
Whatever, that's not the important part of the story.
Okay, go ahead.
And it was just so weird. And I guess it ended up being because the Predator saw Betty and Veronica fighting. It was like, I don't know, trying to protect Betty or something. And anyways, like, everybody dies. Like, literally, everybody dies. And Betty and Veronica managed to get into her dad's panic room. And he had, like, some fancy machine that can heal things. And so, this is weird. They end up changing the Predator to Archie.
What?
Because Archie dies. After turning into some sort of super soldier thing. And so they had set the house that they were in to self-destruct, and only for them to survive is for them to get inside the panic room. And so Betty uses it to save Veronica, and then I guess, kind of like black screen, and it shows like, oh, they also decided to save Archie by turning the Predator to Archie.
Okay. That is okay.
It was very disturbing and weird, and I'm upset that I read. And second thing, shout out to Amazon for stealing $5.38 from me. I really appreciate it.
What? Amazon stole money from you?
They stole money from me.
How was that?
So they sent me a thing that says I have a $5 book. I'm like, sweet, right? Because, I read. So I spent my time finding a book for $4.99. Should have been $3.99 because I forgot about taxes. So then when I go to check it out and everything, they did not apply my credit. And I was mad, and I was ready to get all angry and all of that and like complain about my $5. But then I feel like my time was worth more than $5 an hour. I mean, yeah, I make more than $5 an hour, and I'm going to waste 2 hours arguing with someone for $5. So they got me. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I won't be buying anything else from Amazon, but yeah, shout out to you.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's horrible. Okay. Derek, what you doing?
Well, I like to catch up on shows that, the seasons are getting close to winding down. With spring coming up, so a lot of shows are going to be ending. So I decided to get caught up with this season of Law and Order, SVU. And the last episode that I saw and I'm now caught up, like currently up to date with the episodes. But this episode was that this guy committed suicide. and it was because he was molested as a kid. And I mean, of course, it's SVU, so someone is either raped or molested every episode. So they come to find out that he was really into magic when he was a kid. And this owner of this magic shop was molesting certain boys at the time. But of course, no one said anything or whatever. So of course they go to question the guy, and they at his house, and they see pictures of him also being a coach of a youth baseball team in a youth baseball league. So Olivia recognizes one of the kids in the picture, and it happened to be Cassidy. Now, Darren, you don't really watch the show, but Cassidy was like in the beginning, like season 1, 2, and 3 of Law and Order. And at some point, him and Olivia was dating each other. So come to find out that the guy also molested him. And so basically it was like a backstory to him as a character. And then it was like basically all the stupid stuff that he has done in the past and that he currently done, they contributed to him being molested by this guy when he was younger. But of course, he's a detective now, doesn't want to testify because he doesn't want, people to feel sorry for him or look down on him and then also exposing that type of secret. But this is the part that got me. But he was helping them look for other boys, which they're men now, that could have possibly got molested by the same guy. And then he was getting mad at them when they say they wouldn't testify. And I'm saying, like, dude, why you getting mad? Because they don't want to testify. They doing it for the same reason you don't want to do it. So I thought that was, and then as I was watching it, I'm like, he's going to feel bad and he's going to end up testifying. And sure enough, that's what he ended up doing because nobody else wanted to come forward. So I just thought that episode was pretty interesting because like they never really explained his character on the show. It's like everybody else on the show, like, a little bit of their backstory or what they do outside of being a cop on the show, but they never expounded on his character. And for them to do it all these years later on his, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Oh, Cassidy's the guy that's in the
Mayhem commercials. Right? Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like season 1.
Yeah. He was like season 1 and 2 of 3, and then like he wasn't on the show anymore. And then like they brought him back. Yeah, they brought him back like 2 seasons ago, and then he was gone again. And then they brought him back for this episode. Yeah. So out of all there was plenty of episodes, but that I thought interesting, but that one stood out to me because that was the most recent. That was the last one I saw. I mean, I binge watched it because, I think it's maybe like 5 or 6 more episodes left in the season. So I watched like 10 episodes this weekend.
Okay.
Wow. Well,
dude, Law and Order is my stuff.
Apparently. I haven't watched any of them, really. But yeah, so what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm editing a podcast. That's what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing. No, I haven't really checked anything out that I want to talk about. So yeah, I guess that's it. Next week, we're getting ready for the Captain Marvel movie, so we'll be talking about the history of Captain Marvel, or Miss Marvel as she was originally known as a character. So, we'll do some research on that, and we can talk about Captain Marvel. See what's up with
Can I call dibs on the connection of Miss Marvel and Rogue?
Sure.
I mean, I'm just going to find out whatever Google can tell me, so.
Well, I know that's how Rogue gets her power, but it's just like I never, on the cartoon X-Men, they never really expounded on it. So that when I think of Miss Marvel, aka Captain Marvel, that's what I think of. But I'm like, I never looked into it, so that's what I was going to look into.
You can tell us about Rogue.
Sweet.
All right, and so that's
it's probably
what? What was that?
Oh, sorry to cut you off.
Oh, okay. I was saying that's 3D Rivals with our new slogan, 3D Rivals down on the farm. So you can catch us next week. Somebody's supposed to be serious, man.
Oh, I was going to say 3D Rivals, the best part of waking up.
It's 3D Rivals in your life. Or in your cup. Yeah, the best part of waking up is 3D Rivals in your cup. So...
You can't even say it right. 3D Rivals, we leave the light on.
Still all the slogans. Okay, so yes, it is 3D Rivals down on the farm. We'll catch you next week.